Okay, so you want to buy a defense gun. I'm going to try to make it easier for you and do this as quick as I can, because you can make a whole series of videos for a year covering this stuff. So I'm going to try to do it in under 15 minutes. All right, so you go to the gun store, you're like, hey, I want a concealed carry handgun. I want a pistol for defense. They may allow you to pick whichever gun piques their interest because they need to sell guns. They can't just only sell MMPs and Glocks. And there are some other guns that do fairly well. There's some Rugers that are reliable, but you start getting off into other pistols, you can start running into reliability issues. So if I were you, I would stay with Glock, MMPs, maybe a Ruger. I've heard good things about Canics, but unless you're gonna do a bigger gun and you're a 1911 guy, I wouldn't suggest any other pistols besides MMPs and Glocks. Maybe a Ruger. That's it. So the other thing is, don't go into a gun shop and buy a gun without having shot one first. Don't go buy your wife a gun that she hasn't shot, unless you are pretty confident. So here's the other thing that I suggest. Carry the smallest gun that you can shoot accurately. This is a 43, this is my go-to. This is not the gun that I shoot best, but this is the gun that is most comfortable and the gun that I honestly carry most often. I don't carry a Glock 19 with a light every time that I go out. This doesn't happen. So pick a small gun if that's what you're looking for, but only go as small as the gun is usable. You want something with good sights, something that maybe you can swap out with tritium sights. You want something that you can shoot and is going to work. You don't want to go so small that you can't accurately shoot the gun at any other distance than like face-to-face distance. You need something accurate, something reliable. 43 is about as small as I would go. This, maybe like an LC9 or an MMP Shield. I wouldn't go 40 because you're taking a snappy gun that's small with low mass and smaller grip area, and you're shooting a higher pressure round out of it. So I would stay away from 40s. Just go 9mm. The Smith & Wesson makes an MP45. Haven't shot that, but the last polymer 45 is a headshot. It's kind of a whole different recoil impulse than like a 40 or whatever. All right, so only go as small as that you can shoot accurately. This is a 43. The light on this is a TLR6. I'll be taking this off soon to make this even smaller. Because if I'm going to carry a small gun, I don't want to add too much dimension to it. I want this to be comfortable. I want the least amount of stuff inside my belt line as possible for comfort, because I'm carrying every day. This isn't something that I do occasionally. This is my big no-no holster. It's a hybrid holster from Whitehead Holsters. Everybody on the internet talks crap. And yeah, maybe there's stuff I should carry that's better or in some way, but for comfort wise, this is what I carry every day. And the only bad thing that I found about this is sometimes if this is pushing against like a car seat or something, it can flex and hit your mag release and bump your mag out some. You need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of what your gun is doing anyway. All right, so this is the holster I use. And look guys, I know what everybody says about appendix holsters, about a Kydex. I have an appendix Kydex holster with the whole little boot and everything, you know. I just don't carry, appendix. And look, if you're comfortable carrying appendix and you're aware of the risks involved in carrying appendix and you accept that, if it's more comfortable for you or you're faster and that's a priority to you, then great, carry appendix. I'm not saying don't carry appendix, do what you want. But if you are not comfortable carrying appendix, where this gun's in front and most of the time it's pointed right at your leg, If you're not comfortable, don't let somebody talk you into doing something that you're not comfortable with. It's your life. So you make the decision, do what you want. All right, this is my Glock 19. My back felt great every day. I'd carry this with a light on it, and that would be the gun I would carry every day. This is the Concealment Solutions holster. This is a nice holster. It's very comfortable. And it's another hybrid holster, but this is very comfortable, and I like it. Here's my other Kydex holster from Armadillo Concealment, the clip. This is also for the TLR6. You can see when you add the light, it makes the holster wider. That doesn't allow it to conform to your body inside your belt as good, so it's not as comfortable. But that's mainly because the light. All right, outside the waistband. Wintertime, if I can do it, and I have the outer garment to pull it off without printing like I'm carrying a shoebox under my shirt. What is this? This might be a Black Dog Concealment. I forgot what this even is, but I had to mod it a little bit. But I'll carry this outside the waistband with my Glock 19. And as far as comfort, it's outside the waistband, fits great. Doesn't bother me. I got a bigger gun, and wintertime I can do this. If I don't have a jacket or like a second larger shirt or a sweatshirt, I can't pull this off. But when I can, that's what I go to. All right, let's see, before I get away from Glocks, this is my Pitbull Tactical, I think. I use this for my 43 mag. This has a 147 grain HSTs. It's a Vickers Tactical Tango Down +2 extension that has a longer spring, so you're not losing spring power by adding the base plate. It's a +2 on a 43. Be aware of this, guys. I should know better than this, I guess. But if you were to catch your mag on something, getting out of a car or moving around, and this flexes out. All right, see that? It flexes out. You're gonna pull it up, your mag's stuck. You gotta do all kinds of crazy stuff to get that mag out of there. So I'm aware of this. I should know better, I should carry something different, but this is what I have right now. I haven't replaced it yet. If it was up to me, since I like not adding stuff inside my belt if I can get away with it, I would use a pouch like this. It's outside the waistband, it clips on. So I can clip it on and off. It conforms pretty well to my body. It's not like flat. Like some mag pouches you see will be flat, like this. And it just sticks out. This is nice and conformed to your body. I would carry this identical pouch if I had it for 43. I don't know. Let's see, what do I got else? Another option. This is the pocket clip, so it kind of looks like a pocket knife. Extra mag sits in there, clips on your pocket. And when you pull that out, this little hook snags on your pants, mag comes out. This goes in your pocket. But you can see pretty easily, you can see the top of that magazine. But there's also the Neo mag out. It's kind of the same thing, except it's a magnet. All right, next thing, revolvers. A ton of people will get their wife a revolver or get a revolver, or get an older person a revolver. Now you have to be honest with yourself when you go shoot your revolver. You're not gonna, unless you have like the chance your gun's out and you're waiting on a bad guy breaking in, you're not gonna be able to shoot single action, and you shouldn't only practice shooting single action. So what you should do is shoot double action. The problem with this, I call it it's like a jack in the box. It's a long, like heavy pound, probably twice the weight of a of like a Glock or something. It's like close to a 10-pound trigger, I think, and it is a long trigger pull. And if you are a female or an older person, this is gonna be hard for you, and it is not gonna make things better for you. So look at this. Man, that's like a 10-pound trigger pull. It's like dun, 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 boom. So I would advise not shooting or not getting a revolver. People carry the snubbies. I had a Smith & Wesson 642. It's a decent little backup gun, decent little concealed carry gun. The sights aren't great, and the thing is snappy. But also, that trigger, I mean, you can get used to it and it'll break in, but it has a hard trigger pull, especially for a female to use, or somebody with hand strength. And it brings me something else to, brings up, something else. Hand strength. For a long time, when I first started carrying concealed, I had a Springfield XDM. I kept it condition 3 with only a mag in. I kept it on a magnet on my bedpost. So I was in the bed, I could reach over and grab it, and back around, and it was just me and my wife in the house at the time. So that's how I kept my home defense gun. So like probably a year or so goes by, and I didn't realize that I showed my wife how to, but my wife could not rack the slide doing any kind of anything. She could not rack the slide on that XDM. So that's another thing. If you're gonna let your significant other or getting a gun from an older person, make sure they have a gun they can use. Make sure they can clear a malfunction. Make sure they can rack the slide. Because if they can't, hopefully it will scare them away seeing it, but it's not gonna do anything. You need to get a gun the person can use. So if you're looking for a small concealed carry gun, Smith & Wesson has like an easy something. It's like a M&P 380 easy, whatever. But they have a slide that is easy to use, manipulate for females or people with low hand strength. So look at something like that if you have somebody that's older or having a hard time manipulating slides. I would not suggest a revolver. If you're a revolver guy and that works for you, do you, but whatever. All right, the next thing, as far as carry positions or where you're gonna carry it. Purse carry, look, if you're gonna purse carry and that's what you're gonna do, don't go little. Go as big as you can fit in your purse. Because if you don't have a concealment kind of consideration, get a better gun. But make sure you have a holster in your purse or something that's dedicated to carrying a firearm in your purse. Don't just drop this in your purse or put it somewhere, like carry the gun good. And that's the other thing. If you're gonna carry a gun, get a good holster. Get something that's gonna retain the gun. It's not gonna be mushy. Don't get anything mushy. It's gonna allow your trigger to be pulled while it's in the holster, because that's one of the main purposes of a holster. Look, get a good belt. This one is Blue Alpha gear. You need something rigid. If you're carrying outside the waist or inside the waistband, it's gonna support your gun. Shoulder holsters. Yeah, I have one. When I'm outside, I'm working around the yard, and I don't want something in my belt line or on my belt line, I carry a shoulder holster. It works fine. I wouldn't carry it if you're in a car with your kids, because every time you draw your gun out, you're pointing at your passenger in the back seat. So be aware that it's comfort and maybe farm use, but I'd stay away from this. Real quick, before I run out of time, concealed carry knives or EDC knives. It's a Kershaw Emerson collab, and this is a Cold Steel American Lawman. For a light, you got a Streamlight ProTac. It takes either AA or Alpha 123 batteries. Great light. It's bright enough to get what you gotta get done. All right, look, hope this helps. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask. Hey, look, if you're gonna carry, talk to your kids about guns. Make sure they understand that they're dangerous and they do not need to touch them. But don't keep it a secret. You don't want your kid to discover your hidden gun without knowing anything about them. So talk to your kids. Also, if you're gonna off-body carry, you need to have direct control over that purse or that bag at all times. You can't leave it alone with your kids in the car. You need to be safe. Next, lube your guns.